Coalition-6 for Operation Chimera. I'm going to speed up this replay simply because there's not a lot to this mission, quite frankly. We need to get 10 damaging shots on tanks that are at our tier or above. And if we want to get the secondary, we want to get 3,000 damage. If you're interested in getting the secondary for completing this with honors, I highly recommend you do this at tier 10, just because 3,000 damage at tier 10 is much easier. And frankly, doing this at tier 10 I think is just easier in general. And the reason is that you either want to be in matches where you are at tier or you are bottom tier. And getting bottom tier isn't always that easy. I don't even have a tier 7 tank within the coalition, and so it just wasn't tier 7 wasn't viable. Doing tier 8, maybe I get top tier, maybe I get bottom tier, I don't know. At tier 10, I tend to get a lot more at tier matches, and so everybody becomes a target. Also at tier 10, you can turn on grand battles, which I turned on specifically for this mission and didn't get one. And then you have 30 targets available to you to get this done. So I think tier 10 is probably the right tier to do this. And within the coalition, my favorite tier 10 tank is the TVP, which is what you see me running around in here. The great thing about the TVP for this particular mission is you can pop off 4 shots in, I think it works out to be about 4.5 seconds. So it's pretty easy to get 10 damaging shots. The TVP doesn't have the greatest of pen, so you'll see me bounce a few shots here and there. If you're having trouble with shots that are bouncing, don't be afraid to load HE. HE works just as well, whether you do 1 damage or 320 damage a shot that the TVP can do. It doesn't really matter as it relates to this mission, at least for the primary condition. So don't feel bad about loading HE. I think the biggest thing that really comes into play for this mission is just staying alive. Early on in this match, I really got nothing done. And then all of a sudden, within a 1 minute span towards the end of the match, I basically got 8 out of the 10 shots that I needed. So this is more of a patience game than anything else. So staying alive is sort of critical. Nothing super crazy with this mission. Because you have a good selection of autoloaders within the coalition, this is pretty easy to knock out. Even if you don't have any of the autoloaders, you've got some rapid fire tanks in some of the medium lines, particularly on the French side, that you can bring to bear as well. So this should be pretty easy to knock out, guys. I didn't get it done with honors here because I got blasted by Artie right there at the end. But you should be able to knock this out with honors pretty easy at tier 10. So just a couple tips. I would recommend either doing this at tier 7 and just hope that you get bottom tier so you have a lot of targets, or ideally tier 10. I really think this is easier at tier 10, particularly if you want to get the secondary done. And don't forget to load a little bit of HE if you run into big targets. Type 5, for example, or Jaggy 100, or some of the other super heavies like a mouse. 1 damage is all you need for that shot to count. So if you run into something you're not sure you're going to pen, load HE and just get the shot on target. And if you are going to run this at tier 10, which is what I recommend, turn on grand battles. It's really easy to get 10 damaging shots in grand battles because you've got 30 targets available to you. So you'll knock this one out quick, guys, and you can move on to some of the harder missions. Good luck.